All right, guys, we've got a big semi-final from the EPT. We're hopping into the game, a little bit into the game, and I need to start talking about it because this is crazy. Right now, BYUN has proxied a barracks down here. He's proxying a Reaper. It's going to go right in and try to get a Reaper in the mineral line of MAXPAX'S. MAXPAX'S has proxied a gateway to defend what he plans is a future gold base. So he's already building a gateway there. He's doing a zealot pressure with a pylon to stop BYUN from walling off his base. The shit is about to hit the fan. The Reaper runs in. Oh! He got surrounded! BYUN gets surrounded. He tries to get out of there with a grenade. And MAXPAX'S is like, oh, I'm sorry. Your bunker doesn't finish either. Oh, no. BYUN is in huge trouble. BYUN is in massive, massive trouble right now. Oh, my God. You're not meant to lose your first Reaper, mate. Dude, now the other Reaper's going to try and run home to defend. Drilly Boy is going to try and surround the Zealot. Zealot's like, hey, as long as you're wasting mining time, this is intense damage. I don't need to actually fight. He's like, if I can get an SCV or two, that's great, but every second that I waste of your mining time is huge. And look at that. He's even going to build a shield battery here. I don't think that's really necessary. I do think just building a gold expansion behind this is probably the better play. But look at that, dude. The Zealot's tearing it up. He gets 5 SCVs. Can he get number 6? Yes, he can. That 6th SCV does go down. And the shield battery... he's also building a shield battery at home by the looks of it. Yes, he is. But I think he should definitely cancel this just before it finishes. There's no reason to let that finish, right? Yeah. Cancels it. And he's going to send a probe over to his gold base to build that Nexus. There we go. Stalker and Zealot going to come in the near future. There is a Cyclone. So he does have to be very careful. I think he's got to wait for the second Stalker, and it's going to be a micro battle. If the Cyclone can pick off a Stalker for free, get back repair, MAXPAX'S has to go home. But if he loses the Cyclone, BYUN is screwed. Okay, so he uses the lock on the Zealot. A little bit of a waste there. You can see the Stalker's like, cool, we've got a spare moment. Let's capitalize. He's got to pull that Stalker back, right? You can see, gets it out of vision, breaks the lock on. Widowmine's here to provide a little bit of safety, but oh, you cannot lose the Cyclone, man. You cannot lose the Cyclone. Oh, the Widowmine does get up. He's got to repair this Cyclone. The SCV does get killed. Nice damage by MAXPAX'S, who's building more Stalkers. So he's still got 2-gate pressure coming off this gold base. This is awesome right now. This is fantastic. For those watching live in the chat, we're going to give you guys some massive props. There's a hype train going on, and we're going to, of course, be tooting our horn and getting excited over that one as soon as this game is over. But a big thanks for those who are hopping on despite the 2-minute delay. And while we are giving our best to commentate these games as best you can, if you guys are watching this on YouTube, guess what? It means the rest of this series ends up almost as entertaining as the first 4 minutes of this was. Otherwise, it probably wouldn't have made it to YouTube. So thanks for hanging around and tuning into the video. And don't forget to check out the Patreon down below in the YouTube description. Double dipping there, doing Twitch shoutouts and YouTube shoutouts in the same video. Oh my God, greedy pig. Well, in comes a probe. That's, oh, the probe wants to take one for the team, guys. Oh, he's going to jump on the grenade for his buddies. Command center getting cancelled was huge, by the way, man. I feel like having that cancelled was so big. So look at this. He's gonna set off the Widowmine. Stalkers run in. They kill that Widowmine. Not bad. However, the Reaper did catch a probe on the other side of the map that was trying to transfer out to the gold, I think. Shield battery otherwise does keep it mostly safe. We've got a Robo, as well as that second gateway. But this gold base, dude, when you're on one base as BYUN right now, you are feeling so desperate. So he's going to send out a 2 Widowmine drop. Thankfully, doesn't get it scouted now. BYUN knew there were Stalkers in his natural and still sent his medevac out like that. I've talked a lot in the last 6 months to a year about BYUN just literally having no fear. He knows there's Stalkers roaming the map, and he's like, I'll just fly right through. It's fine. There's such a high chance that you might run into units here, but whatever. He's going high risk, high reward. He knows he needs to do some damage, and he needs to do it soon. He's building lots of Marines and tanks. I think he might try to siege on the high ground as well. Widowmine drop comes in. Pull the probes, MAXPAX'S! Oh, he's very slow reaction, very slow. 5 probes. It's a few more than he should have lost there. And now it can rotate into the main base. Stalkers at the front, just going to see what's going on. He says, okay, you got a tank, you got a Cyclone. You do have a command center on the high ground, though. So he knows that much. No Stalkers have warped in the main just yet. And he's just going for what appears to be 4-gate Blink. And I think that makes sense, right? Blink Stalkers should be able to out-position anything that comes out of this one-base player. I don't know, was that an Observer? Yeah, it looks like an Observer just got sniped. 2 Stalkers there. The medevac's taken some damage, but Blink is still not ready. And get those probes out of there, mate. So there we go. This time, a bit of a quicker spready on the probes. You can see one of the Widowmines has not burrowed yet. And it will now go for the burrow. But don't want to be losing the Stalkers. So a bit of mining time does go down. Finally cleaning up this Widowmine. I mean, you've got an epic income advantage right now. Massive income advantage for MAXPAX'S. Yeah, it went in BYUN's favor for a moment because he wasn't mining from this base and there are mules dropping. But, of course, it'll go right back in favor of MAXPAX'S, who's now trying to make charge. But he's got to get out here and stop these units. Stim's just started. But 4 Marines and tanks building at a time. A Liberator is going to go around the left and try to siege up. The Observer sees this army coming, and there are 10 Stalkers on the map. I think MAXPAX is in a wonderful position to stop this army. Cyclone does make it a bit more awkward for him, doesn't it? The Cyclone has such good range on its attack, and Siege Tanks also outrange Stalkers. They have 7 range, so not bad. And he's going to blink that Stalker back. The tank's going to control the middle for now. So the Liberator will try to slide along this back flank and siege up the main, but I like that he's left some Stalkers there, and that should shut down both the Medevac and the Widow Mine. Liberator's going to come in, but he's like, oh, that base is like not even mining yet. Okay, let's just chill, wait for a bit. Coming a little bit later. Creating some pressure, making it very awkward for MAXPAX. I like that MAXPAX shuffled his Observer back to track where this army is. This is really well done by him. More Marines and tanks coming out. Stim, shields, +1 on the way as well. Now, BYUN sometimes overstays when he's in the middle of the map. I like that. Gets the Observer. Liberator's going to go in towards the main base. Let's see how quick MAXPAX responds. Guys, we're on MAXPAX vision. He's just lost vision in the middle, so he's very focused on it, but he notices this immediately. Stalkers on the front getting pressured, though. He's trying to chrono his gateways so he can blink in and deal with it. He's got a battery, so he can just blink in. Doesn't have to care too much about taking Liberator shots when he's got a shield battery healing him. BYUN wisely pulling back there. Zealot run by is trying to get in towards the natural. That could be super effective, but because BYUN is already almost home, he's going to be okay. If he was still out on the map, that would be really hard for him to deal with. As it is, Zealots go in. Nice micro. The tank actually tanking for those 3 Marines. One Zealot will take out a few of the gas workers. Meanwhile, the Prism in the main just flies on through. This allows the Stalkers to, of course, march on forwards and do some stuff. MAXPAX has got 3rd mineral line up right now as well. He's on 3 gas geysers. 6 gateways, 7 gateways, 8 gateways. So he's actually got 8 gate charge coming in. And he's got an Immortal and a few sentries. Stalkers roaming. He's got the Prism ready. On the other hand, there's 5 siege tanks, and the Marine count grows really strong. So, oh, these Stalkers going to get hammered. Bam, loses a Stalker. The other one's taking a lot of damage. I actually think BYUN has still got a very deadly push available to him. I'm not sure if he's going to commit, but honestly, if instead of going the 3rd, he just built 4th and 5th barracks and built nothing but Marine Marauder Medevac and pulled the boys, I don't think MAXPAX would have had splash damage in time, and I think he probably would have died. Unless he got some god tier force fields, which when you're defending an exposed base like this, where do you split the army with the force fields? You don't really know where he's going to push from. It's super hard. Cleaning up lone Zealots here and there. The tanks are covering the front. Cannot go forward here with the Stalkers. Zealots in the Prism are ready. 4th base is on the way. MAXPAX, he's got the Robo Bay up. He needs to start production. And if I were him, I'd probably be looking at Disruptors just because the tank count's so heavy. Tanks can't really dodge Disruptor shots very well. He's going to go Colossus for the sustainable damage against the Marines. He's still warping in Zealots non-stop. He realizes this big push could come. I don't know if MAXPAX... Yeah, he did see the 3rd command center, but BYUN's done such a good job of killing his observers, and it makes it very hard for MAXPAX. Ooh. Okay, 1 Marauder for 1 Stalker. Not too bad. Good reaction. Drop in the top, finds another pylon. I like that BYUN's just using this patiently to clean up map control. He's not overcommitting. Look at that. Zealots will come in, but with 5 tanks there, they're not going to do much. They actually get 1 tank, mostly off the friendly fire. Stalker's going to retake control of the middle. There's still a drop in the main. 3 Stalkers in the main base, ready to deal with that drop if it does go in. Did the Prism just go down? Oh shit, the Prism just went in and went down, guys, and only 2 SCVs died. I think MAXPAX might be getting a bit wasteful. He's trying to go 2nd Robo, getting Viagra, getting a 2nd Colossus, all this stuff. Here comes the drop in the main. The Stalkers are there. Doesn't have a battery right on top of this. And, oh, he wants that so badly, but he's going to lose his Stalkers now. Going after the Medevac, a little greedy. BYUN could go in deep. The battery is going to be useful. Overcharge would be nice here, but I want to save it for the front. Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa. MAXPAX distracted in the middle. He's going to try and have to warp in Zealots now, but look how efficient these Marines are getting, man. Warps in a whole bunch of Stalker Zealot there. Oh, good force fields do trap the Bio up against the Zealots. The Colossus are doing work, and the battery's healing those Colossus. A lot of the Bio fell, and I think 1 more Zealot warp in, you clear the tanks, you win the game. BYUN needs to get out of there right now. He needs to pick up those tanks and run. BYUN actually has a pretty decent economy. He needs to run. BYUN, get those tanks into those medevacs right now. If you lose these tanks, you probably lose the game. You do not have an answer to the Colossus right now. MAXPAX knows it, and BYUN, he didn't leave in time. He was too distracted by the Zealot run by. And that is a... Yeah, he gets a Colossus. Can he get another one? No. And that means there's a 2nd Colossus about to pop out. I think this is a really good fight for MAXPAX. Getting rid of those tanks and this position for BYUN is huge. The Immortals and the Colossus are so low, but they're not going down, and it's BYUN who trades very poorly in those last few fights. He'd been so efficient up to this point, and the gold base is, of course, running out of its utility. You know, MAXPAX will need to take a 5th and so on, but right now, MAXPAX is just clearly in the lead. Going up to 4 Colossus, plus 2 weapons. He doesn't have a Warp Prism or anything, but it's a very 3-base BYUN. He's building a Desperation 4th Command Center in the main base. He's trying to build more Medivacs right now, just Bio Ghost. When there's like 4 Colossus out, that's going to struggle. Oh, he got 12 probes. Sorry, guys, I didn't notice. He did a nice run by on the natural. Oh, BYUN! BYUN! Oh, no! And then he wasn't really paying attention. The other army's probably going to catch the rest of this drop as well. Oh, BYUN. Could have just hit in the dead space there. There's no Stargate for MAXPAX, but BYUN throws away a double drop. So he gets 12 probes. We go, cool, he's back in the game maybe. And then bam, lets that double drop die with a bit of a lazy F2. Big issue. DT Shrine's going to come up. That 5th Nexus I was talking about, you can see already transferring probes. His gold base is almost completely out. BYUN scans, sees a fully saturated 4th with a 2nd Robo, and he's like, yep, I'm dead. GG. He knows there's no point. And I got to agree, he is actually completely dead. Well played. Well, it was a crazy start to game 1, so we're going to go straight into game 2 from the very beginning. This is MAXPAX in the bottom left of Glittering Ashes. BYUN in the top right, no doubt having nightmares and flashbacks to that first Reaper getting surrounded by the probes. What an absolute disaster that was, dude. Really put him quite far behind. See the probe come over. Gonna drop a gateway up there. So it's a barracks on the outside versus just a Reaper wall going up for MAXPAX. MAXPAX will scout after that, gets his chrono boost going. Gas Geyser goes down. You can see he cues that probe to go in there and double up on that patch. And his next ones, he's going to double up here, and that'll make 16 workers. So you can see he makes sure that probe goes back, and now he's got perfect 2 full rows of probes, 16. Rally the next one down there to check that he's not getting engineering bay blocked. He doesn't actually have money for a nexus. He's just saying, are you engineering bay blocking me? Because if that happens, it usually comes down about 1 minute and 5 seconds, and it would allow him to pull 3 or 4 more probes to break it down. As it is though, going to come in, he sees no barracks and immediately is like, okay, 1 gas or 2 gas. He sees 2 gases, which tells him, okay, well, if there's no gas, it means Proxy multiple barracks Marine all in. If it's 1 gas, it could be Proxy Marauder, or there could just be a quick expansion. You got to really kind of look for proxies and double check back in here to see if he puts a command center down. At 2 gas, you know there's going to be a very quick factory, and you want to find that factory. So MAXPAX doesn't see it. BYUN kind of hides it up the top. So he's trying to harass this SCV, but the extra Jilly Boy does come forwards, and the Reaper will come back in here and just kill the probe. And without seeing the factory, okay, he does see the factory, which is very important. Now, MAXPAX has got the 2nd gas. He's already got the 2nd pylon at the front. He's probing up. He didn't build a Zealot for safety. He felt pretty comfortable just going straight to the Stalker. And, oh, BYUN. What is going on, mate? Probe does get knocked off the edge into the lava. Nice. No warp gate, which tells us he's going Stalker into Stargate. Stargate's been very common as the favorite option against these 1-base builds recently. Stargate is a little more fragile against some of the all-ins, and that's why I do think we might be seeing Terran do some more crazy all-ins off this sort of opening in the future, just because the Protoss players are so consistently trying to rush up to Phoenix. Now the Reaper, by jumping up on this ledge, even though he can't get inside, just by clicking up here, he sees, oh, Stargate play, sees that Warp Gate hadn't even started. It does start up now for MAXPAX as he escorts that probe home. Oh, he's trying to sneak it out, actually. He's looking for proxies, maybe. I think he's looking for Stargates. Looking for a proxy starport. Behind this, of course, there is a command center, starport on the way, just building some Marines. And it looks like BYUN here, not going to make the mistake of going for the Widowmine drop or the Hellion drop. I've been talking a lot about how basically Protoss players are always expecting Widowmine drop, and that's why they like to play Phoenix after this. MAXPAX especially doing this. I've been just cleaning up Terrans by going Phoenix after this opening as well. It's been really enjoyable as a response against these 1-base builds. Now, BYUN's going to go Raven, which is utter trash versus a Phoenix build. So BYUN showing his the lack of understanding of the game dynamics there. I'm kind of kidding. It's a little bit tongue-in-cheek. For those who listen to my cast with Special, I was making fun of BYUN doing the exact same thing against Geralt in that series. And Special was saying, hey, the Raven can be really good sometimes. And I was like, yeah, when the opponent doesn't you just micro their Phoenix. Because if they just run their Phoenix over the Raven, it just dies, dude. And this Phoenix can easily scout what's happening. He should be circling around the back there. He's playing it really safe with the Phoenix. The Reaper comes in. Stalker should be able to deal with that. But yeah, if he sees the starport on the Tech Lab building, I would actually have tried to run in at this time and already be trying to gun that Raven down. The Raven takes 7 Phoenix shots to die. So you got 2 Phoenix. It's going to take 4 volleys, and they shoot at lightning speed. They shoot so fast, man. So he's only got a handful of Marines and a Cyclone to defect it. Look at this. Look at that. The Raven just got shot 1 time. It's like, oh! Big chunk of its life went off. So the Phoenix definitely would like to see the dive from MAXPAX at some point in the near future. Dive in, pick up the Cyclone to break its lock on, kill the Raven, get on out of there. It's worth trading a Phoenix for that. Of course, the Raven wants to save up energy and then sneak out and Interference Matrix your Colossus. Phoenix into Colossus play is what MAXPAX is doing. He's going up quick 3rd base into the 4th gas. So he's going very macro-centric. And BYUN, he's not going 3rd command center. He's going 3 barracks after this. Ooh, grabs the mule. And that's a pretty fresh mule. Oh! Nice. Widow Mine hidden in the mineral line. Gets a Phoenix. Good pick off there for BYUN. Does he have any other Widow Mines? No, that's the only one. But it lands the hit, dude. Really well done. I think that's the same Widow Mine he had out on the ramp earlier. MAXPAX thinks about diving the Raven. He's like, yeah, we're already pretty damaged. It's dangerous to do that when you don't have any shields. You don't want to lose like 2 Phoenix for it. He's building a 4th Phoenix. Will he build a 5th? Yes, he will. So he definitely wants to rely on these Phoenix for a fair period in this game. First Colossus should start up right now. And supply blocked. Oof. Okay, Nexus finishes in 4 seconds, so not too bad. 4-second supply block is almost just optimal there, right? Yeah, get supply block for a few seconds here or there. It's very common in pro play, and it's actually quite acceptable. Oh, man. Only gets a single Marine, has to cancel the 2nd lift. He's not getting much value. On the other hand, BYUN has really just shown his hand. It's like, I'm playing for a big 3 racks bio push. It's going to come soon. Lots of bio, stim, shields, Marine Marauder, medevac. That's it. Like, you know what's coming ahead of time as MAXPAX. And that's why MAXPAX, I mean, I don't think he'll take these gases. I think he'll squeeze a Twilight Council in. Yeah, there we go. Twilight Council and Forge. Does see the army moving out, I believe. Yeah. Grabs a few of these Marines. Kill some Widow Mines, that'd be big. There we go. Oh, don't get it. No, pull back. Good. Gets his stim out of BYUN, which is not bad. Oh, he runs a Phoenix in and dies, though. MAXPAX surprisingly sloppy. His 2nd Colossus is still not here. He doesn't have a Sentry yet either, so he's not going to be able to Guardian Shield. Dude, if that Raven gets off 2 Interference Matrices, BYUN might be able to stim on his face. Now, that being said, there is shield batteries, more building. He's got 2 at the 3rd, building a 2nd one in the natural. Phoenix go forward. They damage a medevac. This army is very bruised for BYUN. I don't really know if BYUN can do that much with this. He's going to go for the Stargate. Extra gateways going down. Charging +1 starts up. Got to rebuild extra gateways. Cybercore as well will need to be going down here. Colossus do come over. And, oh man, Widow Mine onto the Phoenix. A nice hit there. Definitely feels like BYUN's done this well, but on the same time, remember, his economy is just lower. Finally, the Phoenix trade in and throw away a Phoenix to get the Raven, which of course does ensure the protection of these Colossus over the next few minutes. 3rd Colossus, sorry, 3rd Command Center is up as the 3rd Colossus builds, technically. Cybercore is building, and we expect to see Blink probably chrono boosted out right after charge because he's not replacing the Stargate. So he's just got 3 Phoenix basically for drop harass. He'll leave them over here in his main base. And MAXPAX is swapping to a full ground army, but significantly ahead in economy. He's already got the Colossus. He's going to go into Archons with the Templar Archives. And I actually think he should go 2nd Robo here. Something skipping the Templar Archives to go 2nd Robo, especially good against a BYUN that's already building Ghosts. Now, we know that. MAXPAX does not know about the Ghosts, and that's part of his problem here. He does not know. Oh, Zealots, you don't want to lose those. Charge is not quite done. And Concussive Shells is done. Oh, gets 1 Marine for 5 Zealots. That's a really bad trade for MAXPAX. Looking at the units lost, BYUN has played such a clean game in terms of the trading. Just keep in mind, guys, that his economy just did not build as early. So I think he's going all right, is BYUN. His trading's fantastic. I just think MAXPAX has been a little ahead on economy for most of this game. And he's got great pylon spotters out here. I've talked for years now about pylon spotters need to be used more in this matchup. Zest, big fan of them. MAXPAX'S, Straya, all these guys that are kind of leading the charge in PvT. I'd say Trap is one of the few who doesn't. That's because he seems to always have an Observer or an Oracle watching the Terran. And Trap also is able to navigate really shit situations consistently, right? We've seen him so many times fight his way back from crazy scenarios. That's why I do think he's probably the best raw kind of mechanical skill player in PvT. Big Zealot warping in the main, finds an undefended mineral line. 4 SCVs, a missile turret's going to go down. MAXPAX'S going for the push on the right. He's got to be real careful, dude. Dude, he doesn't know where that army is. The Observer will see it. So important. He's got to get out of there. He's ready to recall, which is very, very huge. 4th command center there does get delayed. Army's coming forwards. More Zealots warping in the main. There's not enough bio to deal with that. It's really hard for BYUN. Look, MAXPAX'S is just looking to distract him. He's saying, come and fight into my Colossus beams. Oh, while you're distracted, guess what? Here go the Zealots. A good pullback to his production. Looks like BYUN will hold solid there. He's lost 21 SCVs, though. And if he leaves this mineral line undefended for even a moment, the Colossus Archon will shred it. Kills 24 workers, and for MAXPAX'S, it's very obvious what you do here. Yeah, recall, run the Prism away. Maxi Taxi, no! Why? Oh man, I made so much fun of him about the Maxi Taxi, just throwing his Prism away for no reason. He stopped doing it for a few months, and now he's doing it again. I'm going to have to go back to teasing MAXPAX'S about that until he remembers to stop throwing his Prism away. All he's got to do is pull home and defend, guys. He's got Archons, 2nd Robo, 4th base is up. You've just, severely hampered your opponent's economy. You could probably go 5th base in a DT Shrine. BYUN feels like he needs to do some counter pressure because he's only on 54 workers. He's not even building SCVs non-stop right now. No 4th command center, which means he absolutely wants to do counter damage, but he doesn't have Vikings. So the only way he can do that is through multi-prong, right? So this army needs to rotate around the left, start clearing up pylons, and then this army needs to dive, which, hey, it's doing just that. Recall's not available. EMP is the battery and the Nexus. Very nicely done here. Battery overcharge on the left side. Cute. We'll be able to save the Nexus, maybe? Zealot run bike gets in, doing a lot of SCVs. Oh, man. And look at this guy's Colossus Archon with a ball as well. Can't fight that BYUN. Even with EMP, there's no way, buddy. That's way too much splash damage. And I think this one's in the bag. I think this is going to be a 2-0 for MAXPAX'S. I don't want to call it too early because BYUN's still fighting hard, but he just doesn't have an answer to the Colossus. He's got no Vikings. He's got no tanks. No Liberators. And without that, the Colossus are going to outrange him unless he can really outposition MAXPAX'S. Maybe he can get through and get the Colossus. That would be huge, but he just doesn't quite have the numbers. He's going to try and drop some of those units. There, was worried about getting sniped down. I don't think he's going to be able to kill these Colossus, though, and that's the problem. MAXPAX'S so good with that in and out micro. He's going to try and run in on this side. Once again, though, there's a battery. Battery overcharge, not quite ready. You got so much Archon Zealot. BYUN cannot get in on those fragile, high damage splash units in the back, and because of that, he's just traded so much supply so poorly. Remember, he was so efficient at the start of this game. You can look at the units lost tab. He's still ahead in the resources lost, but keep in mind that he has been doing this off a much smaller economy. And just pure bio ghost, it's not a bad way to play, but you kind of need to have a little bit more economy than your opponent. You don't want to be in a position where you're down and behind, unless you're catching them moving across the map and then you run in and base trade, something like that. You can use your mobility, but in this scenario, BYUN is just dead in the water. That's too much splash damage. 4 Colossus, 3 Immortals anchoring the army as well. The upgrades are even, +2 for Protoss, 1-1 for Terran. And he's still just building Bio Ghost, trying to start a 4th command center. That's going to die instantly. Oof. Yeah, no cancel. Goes down. 19 Marauders, 16 Marines, 5 Ghosts. He's going to need the EMPs of all EMPs to win this one. Does run forward and gets a Disruptor, but Zealots flanking from the south. Oh man, he's just overrun. There is far too much Protoss on the dance floor, and BYUN has been overrun in this series. Very nice play by MAXPAX'S. BYUN played efficiently. He played really nicely in terms of efficiency, but he showed a very obvious style. 3 Rex up against that fast Stargate build that scouted it, and if you're not able to kill their 3rd or do significant damage, I mean, the guy who's taking the quick 3rd base against your very delayed 3rd will get ahead. MAXPAX'S dismantling BYUN. Crisp 2-0.